Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the latest Quality English interview. And this morning we're interviewing James Carmichael from Pearson, who are our latest corporate partner. Good morning, James.
Morning, Jonathan, and morning, everybody else.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We're very pleased to be working with you guys. So let's get started. Can you tell us a bit more about Pearson and your main products and the focus of your organization?
Sure. So Pearson is a large company. It's the world's leading learning company with about 160 million customers last year. My area of it is the English language learning division, though, and we focus on English language learning material and assessment for learners and teachers globally. So I'm based in the UK and Ireland, but a lot of our products are global, and that would include award-winning courseware produced in partnership with the BBC, like Speak Out and Wider World, which is for teenagers. And all of our courseware and learning is driven by the global scale of English, which was developed a couple of years ago and is a way of measuring students' progress and for teachers and learners to set learning objectives.
Okay, and that's recognized by authorities?
It's certainly recognised globally. It extends and builds on the work which the Common European Framework of Reference has done. So it's a granular scale, 10 to 90, and it allows teachers and learners to measure their progress more accurately, which is motivating and helps build confidence in learners. That also drives the Pearson Connected English Learning Programme, which is a way of bringing together courseware assessment and certification. So we have a number of tests for placement tests for learners, progress tests as well. And then something we're particularly proud of at the moment is Pearson Test of English, which is a test recognised for university migration and work around the world. Last year, we delivered 1.3 million tests globally, and that's learners looking to study in an English-speaking environment, particularly in the UK, Australia, Canada and the US, but also for migration to Australia and the UK.
So those centres are based where the students are. They do the test before they leave?
Well, all options are available. So we've got a global network of centres in more than 150 countries globally. So students typically on that journey would take the test in their home country. But we also have a wide network of test centres in the UK and Ireland. So if students are in England or Ireland learning English and are then going to progress to university, we've got a network of 28 centres in the UK where they can take the test.
Right, and those centres are English language schools or universities?
They are Pearson professional centres. So as I said before, Pearson is a large company which does a lot of things, and Pearson View, who are our partners for test delivery, who are part of Pearson, have about 140 centres in the UK running professional certification for all sorts of industries and businesses, including the driving test, which unfortunately my son failed last week.
Oh dear.
But so it's the network of test centres is a dedicated testing centre, computer-based testing centres.
Yeah. Okay. And so your main focus is schools in the UK and Ireland. Is that correct?
My focus is UK and Ireland, but also we have colleagues in other countries who will probably be working with quality English schools, so Canada, New Zealand, and Malta, South Africa, and other countries.
Great. Okay. So yes, like I mentioned, we recently became corporate partners. Can you tell us why you decided to become a corporate partner of Quality English?
Sure. It was the opportunity to look for new ways to deepen and broaden our engagement with our customers in the UK and Ireland and overseas, and also to look to engage with the learner journey at potentially earlier stages, which is where we're really interested in meeting, talking to, and learning from agents in some of the source markets for English language learners in the UK. And for Quality English, it was the quality of the schools who are members, particularly those independent schools, some of whom are important, long-standing customers of Pearson, and some who maybe not. So some are using a lot of our courseware, they're familiar with that, and others not so familiar. So it's an opportunity for us to really bring our message to those schools as well.
Great. Well, it's good to have you on board. Obviously, it's early days, but would you recommend Quality English from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, sure. It's been great so far. Really, really great to work with you, Kathy, and others in the team. Opportunity for us to deliver our messages through newsletters, through this video, through upcoming webinar in May with schools, and potentially through an academic journal is great. It's a really exciting opportunity to communicate effectively with schools.
Yeah.
In potentially a different channel than we would have done previously.
Good, yes, and we hope you will join us at one of our missions later this year. I've mentioned we still have 5 of our agent workshops this year. We'll be going to Thailand and Vietnam. We're also going to Poland, Italy, and Spain. It'd be wonderful to have your presence at one of those.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Good. So, what do you look forward to the most in terms of working with us? Obviously, you've mentioned some of the things that we've got coming up, which are webinars. You're going to be submitting an article for our academic journal. But is it that network of high quality schools and getting more awareness that way?
That's one of the principal aims for sure. I think the opportunity to have a bespoke webinar on the global scale of English in May with the leading language schools in the UK is something we wouldn't have had in previous years. So that's really exciting. It's going to be delivered by Billy Jago, who is our GSE Global Scale of English Ambassador for the UK and Ireland. And that's going to cover the global scale of English for adult learning and also for learners of younger age. So the global scale of English is also appropriate for primary and secondary secondary students. That's good. And also we're looking at an article on student engagement through gamification for the academic journal, which is where it's really exciting to be able to highlight Pearson's innovation in teaching and learning.
That sounds like a very interesting topic, particularly for my own children. How can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, it's really looking at how teachers can use gamification in language learning,
right?
To build engagement, because as we know, students are very familiar with gaming. They're gaming all the time, as you probably know. I know in my own house, it's constant refrain of put your phone away, at least for 1 minute every now and then. So it's just trying to bring that into the classroom as a resource for teachers to build on what students enjoy, but also help them develop their language learning skills.
Brilliant. Sounds fascinating. So that's obviously a new development, but just the final question, really. What are your plans for 2024 and beyond? Is there anything else exciting on the horizon?
So that one of our priorities this year is to continue the rollout of the 3rd edition of Speak Out, which is our key adult title. As I said, developed in collaboration with the BBC for authentic learning materials, and that all 8 levels are out now, and we know a lot of quality English customers have adopted that, but that's our focus in terms of courseware for this year. We're also looking to highlight Mondly by Pearson, which is a language learning app where you can learn up to 40 languages using your own language as the base language for that. So if you wanted to learn Turkish a little bit more, you could use Mondly to build your vocabulary and your listening and speaking skills. We're looking at that as a resource for English language learning, so as a supplement in schools, potentially even in summer schools, where we will be able to deliver speaking and listening skills through Mondly with a dashboard which schools teachers can use to look at student progress as well.
Great. Well, thank you very much for all of that. We're very much looking forward to the webinar, which is 14th of May, and we'll be sending out the invitations to our schools very soon. So very much looking forward to that, and we look forward to working with you for many years to come.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.